Hello, it's Leanne Peters here, and I'm here to host my Patron Healing List event for March 2023. I've been trying to do this as usual on my YouTube channel, but YouTube's not letting me stream right now, so I'm over here. So welcome. I'd usually be on YouTube, but let's see how we go here on Facebook. So every month I do two healing events for patrons. I do the healing list event, which is this one, and the personal healing event, which I did a few days ago. So the healing list event has people on my healing list who are patrons. So patrons that pledge at the $15 level or higher for March. So thank you so much for your support, and those people who are on that $15 level or higher, you're on my healing list. So I'm creating a space of healing for you today. And I want to say obviously, but it's not so obvious when I can't get on and it's not working. But at least I've got a backup. Usually YouTube's a backup for when Facebook goes crazy, but it's the other way around this time. So, welcome. So let me see, where am I going to start? I've got 35 people on the list today, thank you all. And we're going to work with the elements, the 4 elements: fire, water, air and earth, in no particular order. So I did just do our private healing event for Pillar of Light members just a couple of hours ago, and we had quite the fire focus. The guidance for the week, as you probably have seen it from Wednesday, was very fire focused, and I was kind of leaning towards fire focused for this, but then I felt that I'd like to bring like a balance in and focus on all of the elements. So I don't know if we're going to favour any of the elements as we go. That'll be governed by the cards and how I feel. But I'm at least starting this intention with a balance with the elements. So what that means is, for this particular healing event, I have allocated you an element next to your name, and I'm going to, when I read your name out, I'm going to let you know what that element is. And what you do with that element is going to be up to you. I suggest that you sort of sit with that element and see how does it speak to you? Why has it come up for you today? What is it about that you're struggling to find balance with? What is it that you are finding easy about that element at this time? And really think about how you can embody the energy of that particular element so that we can bring a balance to our group healing session today. So I'm going to do that at some point, I don't know when, call out your name and let you know your element. I'll probably do that first. I've also got my healing energy cards. Hi everyone. So I'm going to be pulling some cards as I go. I've been inspired to grab my wind gong today. So I've got the wind gong. I'll play something on that. I can't play that for long unless I stand up. And I've got my owl drum, my personal owl drum, so I'll be drumming as well. I've also got sage here if I feel like I need to smudge, so we will just see. So I'll be here for about an hour, and I trust that you've been led here for a reason. So as always, please take on board what feels right and what resonates with you, and let the rest go. So there will be things that probably really stand out for you, and there might be things that just don't, and that's okay. So it doesn't make everything wrong if one thing's not right for you. So just, pick and choose the things that resonate. So let's start. We'll start with our list, and then I'll probably pull a card. So as I'm calling your name out, this is our healing list. I'm imagining you, I'm sort of summoning you to the healing space, let's say. And I'll let you know the word I've allocated. I haven't picked specific words for you. I've just got you printed out, and I trust that order. And I've basically cycled through the elements in that order. So I've assigned an element to you. See how it resonates. Actually, first of all, let's talk about the element so you know, and I'll repeat this probably at the end. But I'm thinking of these key words with these elements. So fire. So if you're fire element, or if you resonate with this at the moment, fire representing motivation, strength, release, many other things too, but other things that come to mind. Water element, representing fluidity, flow, creativity. Excuse me. The air element, representing thought, focus, truth. The earth element, representing stability, support, and physicality. So I'll repeat that again, but let's see what you've got here. So I want to welcome all of these people on the Healing List event today. So we've got Carol White, and Carol, your word or your element is fire. Susan Somsting, welcome. Your word is water, or your element is water. Canty Devi Weedad, welcome. Your element is air. Matthew Keith, your element is earth. Chelsea Keith, your element is fire. Rebecca Ross, your element is water. Susie Nichols, your element is air. Priscilla Kimboko, your element is earth. And Bridget Mertens, your element is fire. Janice Chalmers, your element is water. Sandy Greenham, your element is air. Joanna Levine, your element is earth. Kathleen Glenn, your element is fire. Raina Ortiz, your element is water. Avril Daly, your element is air. Pamela Floria, your element is earth. Marguerite Pepper Brady, your element is fire. Nicole Wiggins, your element is water. And Jane Larson, your element is air. Angie Griswold, your element is earth. Kimberly Vaness, your element is fire. Emily Fussell, your element is water. Victoria Daniels, your element is air. Joanne Munro, your element is earth. Andrea Stewart, your element is fire. Angela Fraser, your element is water. Jane Corlett, your energy is air. Teela Smith, your element is earth. Nicole E., your element is fire. Michelle Birch, your element is water. Anne-Marie Douglas, your element is air. Robin Hippler, your element is earth. Alison, your element is fire. Sylvia Barley, your element is water. And Jane B., your element is air. So, as I've said your name and your element, like I said before, I invite you to embody that element. Just a little recap of some keywords here, which we'll probably explore further as we continue. Fire, representing things like motivation, strength, release. We could also add creativity in there as well. Transformation. Water, fluidity, flow, creativity. We could also add emotional energy too. Air or movement. Air is, keywords are thought, focus, truth. Earth element, keywords are stability, support, and physicality. So see how you go with yours. So for me, because I'm not on the list, I really feel like I'm drawn to that earth element. So I'm personally going to connect with the earth element. If you're not on the healing list today, then I also suggest that you maybe pick one of the elements that speaks to you at this time, or that just stands out for some reason, and think about how you can embody that energy. So sit with it, explore it, feel its element working through your body. Okay, let's grab a card, and then I'm going to move into the gong, the wind gong, for just a minute or two. So the best healing energy card we need at this point as we explore the elements and how to bring them into balance within ourselves. The best healing energy card is this from Healing Energy Cards Deck 2. And it's this, the Tree of Life card 106. This brings all the elements in actually. It's in the depth category. And down here it says, life calls you. Your roots are growing. See the beauty all around. Everything moves in cycles, and some cycles are easier than others. Be patient and lessons to learn. This is very much divided into what feels to me like quite the elemental, I don't know if I should say element, but the elements themselves. So, especially the earth one, I feel. Actually, this feels quite grounding, doesn't it? Okay, so let's play the gong for a moment or two. I don't know how it's going to sound in my microphone because I don't really use it that often in videos. And I'm going to try and do it sitting down, so I'll have it sort of out of shot here. So take a nice big breath, and I would suggest here or recommend that you use this time to really give some thought to and consider your element that you've been assigned or that you're assigning to yourself. How does that feel for you? How does it fit in your life at this time? Maybe you're being tested around that particular element and what it represents. Maybe you could bring more of it into your body. Like if it's air, maybe focus on your breathing. If it's earth, maybe focus on the support and the ground beneath you. If it's water, perhaps connect in with your heart or connect in with the watery, your blood and the waters that are moving through your body. And if it's fire, maybe connecting with your belly and, you know, like the chemical processes that go through our body, also the warmth of your body, and really kind of connecting with that element as best as you can. Okay, so there's nothing you can do wrong. Just listen and see how the gong resonates with you. Nice big breath. Okay, nice big breath. So it feels quite nice and uplifting. And I trust you enjoyed that. Let's do a shift here. It feels like the gong is very much aligned with the wind, the air element. And I'm feeling like I want to do some smudging now just to connect with that fire element a little deeper. So I'm going to grab a card here and we'll light the smudge stick. So the best card as we prepare to smudge and release is this Healing Energy card number 2 from the 2 deck. Can you believe that this is the third time this card's come up in the last, like, hour and a half? Out of 110 cards. So again, card 106, the Tree of Life. Okay, the Tree of Life, things branching out, branching from us. But also, branching from us, but it's coming from a place inside. So it feels like all these elements branching out from us, like a tree, like tree branches or tree roots. And where are we allowing ourselves to branch out, or where are we blocking our branching out? Are we branching out enough? Are we branching out too much? Sometimes we spread ourselves too thin and we just branch out everywhere, and then we've got to sort of cut things back, prune ourselves back. Sometimes we don't branch out enough for whatever reason. So where does branching out fit for you at this time? I really feel that at this point. So I'll just write that down. And I'm going to light the sage. So I just got my sage here. And just give me a moment while I get this alight and activated. So this is especially for those of you who are being encouraged to embody the fire element. Now, it doesn't hurt for all of us to do this, really, to find or to help us move into a space of balance, personal balance within us. Seems so archaic using matches. Okay, nice. So we've got air as well as fire here. So nice big breath. As we ask this sacred smoke to wash over our bodies and carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks and attachments. We release our hold on everything and anything that's not working for us at this time, that does not align with our highest truth. And let's be willing to let those things go. Let's spend a moment just connecting in with that fire element. The fire that helps us and supports the burning away of the old, but also the transformation into the new. The fire that helps support our self-motivation, our strength, our ability to create, and our ability to let go. And to balance the things, balance destruction with construction. Destruction with creation, with resurrection. Okay, let's pop that out, and I'm going to move into some drumming time. Seeing as though this card wants to stay out, I'm going to leave it out, and I'm going to add another card to it. Welcome, lovely to see you all. So I'm going to add another card to the Tree of Life. So this is especially for our drumming time. So drumming will especially help us connect with the earth element, but all the elements. So the best healing energy card as we move into drumming time. And as we embody our elements, but also bring all of them together within us, is this Healing Energy cards number 2. And we have card 107. The other one's 106. So 107, Winter's Hibernation. It's in the rest category. And down here it says body at rest. Relax, heal, mend, switch off, take a break, slow moving, replenish your body, dormant, cave, seeds waiting, the seasons, which does repeat itself in the other card, so the cycles. Well, and that really brings us into those elements as well, because we can think of the 4 seasons as representing the elements too. And patience. So this is very much about winter. It's about things being dormant or things waiting, things stopping or pausing, resting, mending, healing, recovering. It's winter as we move, as we honour that cycle, and we're patient with ourselves during it and prepare, I guess, eventually to move to the next one. The other interesting thing about this card in connection with this Tree of Life card is they've both got tree roots. So the branching out especially feels at the moment like it connects with the roots that we're putting down in our life. So this could be things to do with our physical surroundings and our life itself, things about our survival and our security, our personal security, financial, work, relationships, home, where we're living, this sort of thing. But I also feel it can go beyond that, this kind of settling our roots down. I feel like there's also probably a connection here with our personality and the shifts or the changes or the stretching of our own capabilities and limitations and boundaries that we feel that we have about our person, about us as a person, our attitude, what we're capable of, that sort of thing. And also where we're rooting ourselves in our life, in relationships, but also the things that we're doing or creating or building or making or practicing or learning or helping with other people, or the things that we do in our actual life. And how rooted do we feel in life? How rooted do we feel in our life's path or on our life's path? Or do we feel like we've not really got roots down at the moment? What can we think about perhaps with that? If we're feeling unstable or you're feeling unstable in that area. So I'm going to play the drum. I'm going to move my microphone because the drum and the microphone don't go that well together and it gets a bit buzzy. So I'm going to put that away. So before I do, I want to encourage you to listen to the drum. So listen, feel the drum support you. So each drum beat is like a support for you as you move deeper into yourself, deeper into your element that you've chosen or connected with, or maybe deeper into the roots of yourself, the roots that you're putting down in your life, or the roots that are changing in your life as well. You know, maybe you've been uprooted lately and you're trying to get your roots down somewhere else. Maybe you haven't got I find it interesting exploring the roots when I don't have anywhere to live physically, especially when I lived in my caravan and we travelled around a bit when my children were younger. That was a really interesting way of uprooting and not having a permanent spot on the earth, but more of a permanent place. I felt like I was more like a turtle with a home on its back. So the rooting shifted when I was in between physical homes where I've lived. So maybe you've been uprooted, maybe you've been uprooted for a while, maybe you're facing an uprootment and you're exploring this kind of instability that potentially brings, but also the opportunity that has to help us reconnect our roots down in perhaps a better way than before. So whatever you need from the drum, I trust you receive it. I feel like I'm going to drum for a little while because I really want to hold this space with the earth element, with the rooting energy as well, and also with support. So I trust you enjoy this. You can't do anything wrong, just breathe and listen and see what happens. So enjoy. Thank you. Trust you enjoyed that bit of drumming. So if you just joined in, we're getting towards the end of our Patreon healing list event for March. And I was just drumming with this card in mind, Winter Hibernation and the Tree of Life. And what I'd like to do now is run some watery energy through, because I feel like we haven't connected with the water element enough in my mind. So the wind gong, the fiery sage, smudge stick, and the drums, very earthy, but I'd like to now honour the water element, and I feel the best way to do that is to guide us through connecting with water. So let's pull a card, see what we get, and go from there. So just allow the energy of the drum to settle, and you may find that it has kind of settled you into your roots. Even if your roots feel a bit stumpy at the moment, like maybe there are some roots that you're establishing or re-establishing or changing. So your roots may feel a bit stumpy or a bit cut at the moment, but it feels like the drum just in general has helped us kind of drop into that space beneath us. If we were a tree with tree roots, to drop into that place where the roots might be. So the best card as we move into the water element is this. Okay, Healing Energy Cards, deck 1. And it's Self-Love. Card 7. It says, spend time in reflection, silence, or solitude to help you connect with who you are. Make time to ground, meditate, and create. Support and love. This is very emotional sort of card, which very much aligns with the water element as well. And that sense of creativity. We've got our tree here. So this is the tree we've been connecting with pretty much this whole time. Roots, branches, earth element as well. Stretching above and below, the cycles too, all connected with the tree. So this is representing the tree, the nice strong branches that we've got, the roots that remain hidden and unseen, so we know what the current state of those are for us, hopefully, and we might be working on that at the moment, bit of repair or reconnecting there. But here we are sort of sitting beside this tree that is us creating and just being really, flowing with that sense of creativity. Creativity is a flow. It certainly is an action that's moving. Okay, let me just move some things out of my way, and I'm going to just guide us through connecting with the water element. So if you're open to it, please take a nice big breath and just connect back into your body. So bring your attention to your breathing, your body, and the space that your body takes up, and maybe bring your connection to, or your awareness to, the weight of your body on the bed or the chair or wherever you might be. So feel the weight of your body, really connect with your physicality at this time. And as you focus on your breathing, really feel that air as it comes in and out of your body. And just let your thoughts, your mind thoughts, just let those quieten down as you ground yourself, as you plug back and can reconnect back in with your body. And when you're ready, take another nice big breath and imagine yourself out in nature, and you're really deep in nature actually. There's no one, no cities, no buildings around. It's like the deepest, you're in the deepest part of nature that you could imagine, the most wild and untouched parts of nature, and you're right next to a gentle flowing stream. So out in the forest, out in deep, deep nature, and you're surrounded by trees and greenery. There's a dampness to the air that you can feel, and maybe it feels a bit damp underfoot where you stand, but there's a stream. It's just gently trickling past you, running past you. And as you stand there by this stream, imagine stripping off yourself any of the baggage, emotional baggage that you're carrying at this time from the past, or from things that you've got going on at present, or things that you're worried about for the future that's very emotionally driven. And perhaps imagine like you've got bags all over you, backpacks and sacks and all sorts of things that you're taking off you, and you're throwing it into the water as a way of releasing and surrendering to the water. And the water, the stream, just carries this baggage away from you and returns it back to love, returns it back to energy, which is what it is. When it's not made up as our emotional baggage, then it's just energy. So when it's left that role as emotional baggage, it just becomes and returns back to energy again. So feel that as you release your baggage, especially your emotional baggage, and you surrender it over to the water element. You surrender it and you throw it into the stream. And now when you're feeling lighter and ready in yourself, imagine that you take a step down into the stream by the bank of the stream, and you step in and feel the water, imagine it running over your feet. As you step in, just stepping in up to your knees or your waist or wherever it feels right for you, and you step in to this stream and feel the movement of the water as it pulls and pushes you, as it moves past you. Feel its coolness as it sweeps around your body as well. Maybe imagine running your hands down into the water as well, and feel it running over your hands and your palms. Maybe hold your hands down in the water and feel the water moving through your fingertips and washing over your palm. As you connect with the water and feel its flow, feel its movement. It's constantly moving, the water. And when it doesn't move, after a period of time, it becomes stagnant and rancid. So water element likes to move. It likes to keep flowing and moving, just like our emotions want to be in motion. Our creativity likes to flow too. And how can we anchor and embody that fluent, flowing energy like we receive from the water element or learn from the water element? How can we bring that further into our life? And now if you feel that you want to, you can imagine yourself laying down in the water on your back perhaps, and letting the stream take you, letting it move you to the next step, the next stage, the next chapter of your life, as you surrender and allow, surrender and flow. And feel that energy and that water element relax you as you find peace with your emotions, peace with the flow of your life, as you find peace with yourself. And when you're ready, when you're feeling refreshed and ready, stand up in the water again and make your way back to the side of the stream, to the river bank. And maybe shake yourself dry. And then start becoming more aware of your breath again, and the weight of your body and the surroundings where your physical body is. And maybe just spend a moment connecting with the flow of your breath as it cycles from in and out. Can you try and transition that space in between your in and out breath? Can you try and transition that as smoothly as possible? I like to imagine it's like a circle, and the circle changes direction, and I try and move with that as I change the flow of my breath. See if you can work or connect in with that, or be aware of the flow of your breathing as you breathe in and out. Try and make it as effortless and seamless as possible as you move from one breathing out or in to the other. And feel that flow and that movement, and allow it to help calm you down, to find your peace. And thank you. I trust you enjoyed that bit of connection with the water element. Thank you. If you did just join in, I was using this card or connecting with this card in mind. Self-love. Do you need to make time to connect with yourself, to support yourself, to create, to ground, to perhaps meditate? Maybe you've received some of that during this connection today. So thank you for connecting. So I want to thank everyone on my healing list today and everyone who supports my work through Patreon. If you would like to be on the healing list for next month, then please have a look at my Patreon. I don't have the link in this video because, like I said at the beginning, this was supposed to be happening on YouTube, but YouTube wasn't letting me stream today. So I'll pop the link in the comments when I finish. If you're interested, it's $15 for the month. And you also get access to the Pillar of Light membership. That will give you access to this particular healing event each month. So I'll be back with the next healing list event at the end of April. I'm going to pull a card to go. So thank you, especially thank you to those of you on the healing list today. Thank you also everyone who's connected. I do trust that you've received something helpful. And I think my ultimate intention coming in here was to create balance. You know, a balance and working with the elements to help us tap into that balance in perhaps a different way. Because there's to find balance, there's so many different ways. It's a bit like, how can I release something? Well, there's a myriad of ways of releasing. There's a myriad of ways of finding balance. So connecting with the elements in this way has perhaps helped us access that balance a bit differently than we might usually do, which is a good thing. So I'm looking for the best card to go. So what do we need to know as we move forward from here and we perhaps embody our element or an element or all the elements further for us personally? And how do we continue to maintain our balance? Because that's probably the hardest part. Finding the balance is somewhat easy. In general, it's easier to find it than it is to maintain it, because we can find it for 5 seconds, we've found it, but it's then maintaining it for longer than 5 seconds. That can be the tricky bit, and it's a challenge I quite like exploring personally. So how can you maintain this balance? The best card is this Healing Energy cards number 1. And it's this. There we go. Card 29, Heart Healing. The answer is in the heart. So it's about healing the heart. Here is the Rise. It's in the Rise category here. And down here it says, wrap yourself in love. Heal your heart. Let your walls down. It is safe for you to open your heart. To know your heart is to know yourself. And softness. So first of all, this brings a gentleness, a gentleness and softness that wants to come in as we support ourselves, support our heart, but also support the instability we may be feeling or the imbalance, or that if you've been uprooted or you're feeling uprooted and you're feeling unsettled and not very grounded right now in your life, then be gentle with ourselves while we re-establish our roots, while we re-establish our connections and find that stability once again. We might find that it's very much focused on or pointing to our heart. So the balance that we can find in our heart, so we can feel peace of heart, like peace of mind, but peace in our heart. So maybe imagine wrapping yourself in love. Maybe make some time for you in nature or just some quiet time to connect or reconnect with yourself. Maybe you need a bit of downtime just to catch your breath a little bit and figure out the next course or your next path or next course of action to take. Maybe you just need a little bit of time. So that's what this card would also be offering. But it comes in the heart and it is very much supportive. So I trust this resonates for you. Thank you so much for connecting. Have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Take care of yourself. If you want to learn more about me, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. Take care. Bye for now.